Welcome back to the big question. Our guest tonight on my right is Governor Bomet County Isaac Ruto, is also the chair of the Council of Governors, and Elgeyo Marakwet Senator Kipchmba Murkomen. Already many people talking about President Kenyatta's visit to Bomet on Sunday, and the question is, did that heal the rift or widen the rift? It appeared then, Governor Isaac Ruto, that you had buried the hatchet. Until yesterday, some are saying now, from what you were talking about yesterday, you didn't bury any hatchet. What happened?
There was no hatchet to be buried. We've not discussed those issues. We never discussed them. In fact, the only thing we had agreed on the previous week was that we made the president's visit a calm and very respectful occurrence. Respectful also of the church. Remember, the bishops actually asked us that. We addressed the press conference with them. We addressed the press conference with the members of parliament. We all agreed on a methodology of welcoming His Excellency the President. Remember, that was his maiden visit ever since he was elected as the President of the Republic of Kenya. And we all agreed, and we went out to ask the people to come up in large numbers. I personally did that and asked them to come and accord the President and his visitors a warm welcome. Yeah,
you actually said, if you can confirm or deny, that they went against what you had agreed in terms of script of what to say.
Completely.
Why would you say that?
Completely. We had agreed that we would not discuss politics and that we would not bring up the things that divide us. We had said, let's try to see whether we can be able to talk similar language, all of us. And in fact, we had even agreed that we will live in the tradition of the church. We can go forward and even sing together as members of parliament from the region and the governor. And we had agreed that.
Right.
The point was, we needed to have some decorum in that meeting. Normally, ordinarily, the churches, especially the church which I worship in, which is the same church, those people were, I'm a member of that same church. Kipchmba is also a member, I think, of AIC, similar church. They have a similar tradition. When we are in church, we don't talk politics. And we had actually said that day the field would be one huge cathedral. In fact, that was the word we had said. But then I think we progressively started getting alarmed the way the members of parliament appeared not to understand it. But then the local members of parliament were not as unfaithful to the case as it were. But others who were not there appeared to start doing other things. I also briefed everybody as soon as they arrived.
Well, let me just say this. First of all, there was no agreement between the president and the deputy president with anybody else.
With the governor, you mean?
Yeah, anybody else. They were, the president and the deputy were invited by the church. They were not invited by the governor or the MPs. And, you know, usually you see those abuses that happen in Bomet led by the governor. Maybe they agreed local issues. But as a matter of fact, the president was invited by the church. The deputy president was invited by the church. They were not invited by the governor or any MP.
But it's in his county, and they recognize that it's
just wait. Two, and most important, you must know that Uhuru Ruto are more popular in Bomet than any other elected leader. Uhuru Ruto got 210,000 votes. The governor here got about 100,000 and something, a little bit. So Uhuru Ruto are twice popular than the governor. Actually, the person who needs the other most is that the governor and all the other elected leaders need the president and deputy. So if there was and when they were elected, the president and the deputy were elected, they were not elected so that they can be brokered through any person, whether it's an MC, a governor, or an MP. They have a direct mandate also to the people of Bomet. So it was their day to address the people of Bomet. And as a matter of fact, Hussein, except for the fact that the governor just felt that he fitted within the set of facts that the president and the deputy addressed, none of them talked anything to the governor. They just listed a set of facts, demonstrated and shared with the people the kind of leadership we want and the kind of leadership we don't want. And Governor Isaac Ruto saw a jacket and a trouser of the kind of leadership we don't want, and he fitted himself and he said, I fit into this one. Then he complained. Nobody mentioned his name.
Did you feel like there was anything said that targeted you?
First of all, First of all, if indeed I wish maybe the deputy president or the president would be saying what he's telling me, Murkomen can afford to speak like that and purport that the president, the deputy president and everybody else does not require welcome from us. If indeed we would get that, they would not require our welcome any time because they are able to come and do their thing and go. That would be quite fine. But if that type of talk is what is coming from Jubilee, and if that were the official position, that would be a different case. What I know is that I do not believe that the presidency would talk like Murkomen is saying. You know, this is what actually spoils for Jubilee. This is what spoils for URP. This type of talk is extremely careless.
Okay. You actually
because it now means everywhere in this country the president doesn't need anybody else. He will just be there himself. I don't know whether
by needing somebody else, what do you mean?
It means it does not require local leaders to be of any use to them, isn't it? Is that what Murkomen is saying?
He can access anywhere he wants.
Yeah,
right?
he can access. Right? He can access, nevertheless.
Right. Yeah.
But is it true that they do not require any welcome from the locals?
Of course, any person.
They need as a local leadership.
As a matter of fact,
as a local leadership,
even me as a senator,
you really believe that?
I would love to be welcomed by any local leader when I go to a place.
That's not an issue. So it is important for them to still come in.
What I just want to remind the governor is that every elected leader of the 6 ballot boxes we voted have a direct mandate to the electorate of Kenya.
Okay, let's move on. We all agree on that.
Yeah. We've had that before. We've had that before where other leaders have told us that they will go direct to the people.
Okay,
I would like to hear that statement made.
By who? Murkomen?
Anybody.
Okay. You've had specific concerns. Some actually accuse you of being a rebel without a cause.
Absolutely. With
the Jubilee leadership, what exactly is your concern? What is your problem? What would you say your problem is?
About Jubilee?
Yeah.
I have
the Jubilee
not
leadership.
addressed. I have. There are certain issues we have emanating from URP. For example, URP has become extraordinarily dictatorial. For example, right now they have expelled 9 of the members of the county assembly. Murkomen is one such person who attended those meetings. He sent his law partner to come and chair the disciplinary committee to expel members of parliament. The complainants of that group are four fellows who are actually in and out of police stations in Bomet. They are not members of URP. We set up URP long before Akina Murkomen came. They have put in place a kangaroo national executive committee which has not been elected by anyone, because we did our elections up to the county level. We've not done it at the national level. And but they themselves, with impunity, have put in place a so-called NEC that makes decisions, including expelling members of the county assemblies,
invalid.
In total disregard.
So you don't have a problem?
So we have issues. For me, I have no problem with the president. We have not disagreed with the president.
You have a problem with the deputy?
I have the problem with the leadership of URP, where he is, and Murkomen. For example, they are expelling them because they would rather Isaac Ruto does not perform in the county.
Well, can I come to that fact?
Yeah, why did you expel?
First of all, the expulsion of...
he actually, as you answer that, he is actually, Isaac Ruto has gone on record and said, you are expelling these people targeting me.
Let me
didn't really have any reason.
First of all, the expulsion of URP, you can see Isaac Ruto is fumbling. He does not know exactly why he is opposed to Jubilee. First of all, he's picking a deputy president who is the deputy to the president and pretends that
talking about
can I complete this?
You'll have your time to
I remained completely calm. Yeah? So the first thing is to, let me put it very clear for him, first of all, that if the problem with URP is only 2 weeks old, which is the time that the MCS were expelled, then why the noise he has been making for the last 2 years? It means that he has been just rambling without a cause. Okay. But two, and most important is to say that before you proceed. No, let me just complete that because he can have time. Two is because I want to go to the issues he wants to raise. Yeah. The second issue, Isaac Ruto cannot give me a lecture about URP. Isaac Ruto entered URP later than myself.
But you're both URP members.
Just wait. He entered URP. We left him actually, and he knows where I left him, busy trying to revive UDM. He refused to come to URP on the argument that it was Charles Keteru who reserved the party, and therefore he can't join where Charles is. In fact, that is where his problem started, before even the elections. And if you talk about URP manifesto, URP 5 points of the description of URP, I was the one who drafted them. So basically, Isaac was one of the people we welcomed from UDM later.
But he's still a
so
member.
he cannot try, but he had said it here. He tried to say it here that, oh, we formed the URP before.
Yes, we did.
You know, and he has been, let me just make it very clear.
Did.
Let me make it very clear that Isaac needs to appreciate one fact, that he cannot be more URP than all of us who formed this party. And therefore, when the majority of that party has made a decision, because he has all been saying that URP party is dictatorial. He's the only leader who is on his own in all of Bomet. The only MCAs he works with are the nominated MCAs.
No.
Why is it that so difficult for him to work with all elected MCAs, all the senator, the MPs? He finds it easy to follow a senator of another county than his own senator.
Let him respond, yeah.
First of all, Murkomen was never one of the founder members of URP. If some people in the sidelines consulted him to do some writing, then that does not make him a founder member of URP.
Right.
We were only 4. Kipchmba Murkomen was nowhere. Once in a while we will call upon him. He was just a freelance lawyer who was still finding his foot. He was actually busy consulting with, what was it, that task force that formed in the Ministry of Local Government. And I don't know whether that was URP. Now, the point that I'm putting across to Kipchmba is that there are other issues around here about if it is devolution that he's talking about. That is a matter that he knows, that I'm still on that. We differed on with the leadership of URP and positive aspects of Jubilee. When we as a Council of Governors, we said no, we want to up the allocation of the counties to 45%. And in fact, in the URP manifesto, in the Jubilee manifesto, we had talked of 40%. But here we are, they are nowhere near that. And I don't think that is an argument for today. Mine is that I would rather push to continue that direction, pushing for more allocation of resources to the county. But if that creates then a disagreement with URP or with Jubilee, so be it.
Have there been any formal channels you've tried to use to seek?
We have asked, for example, that let there be the forums of the party. They have never called any of those fora. I think they only meet themselves as members of parliament and senators, and they purport that Jubilee has met. They forget completely that in that Jubilee manifesto there is something called National Governing Council, which consists of the governors, the senators, the members of parliament, members of the county assemblies, and officials of the counties. That is National Governing Council. Or even the National Delegates Conference. Why can they call a National Delegates Conference? Even KANU used to call those institutions. What has happened to that?
I just want to ask, the Deputy Governor of Bomet is the chair of the URP in the county.
Yes.
Has he called any meeting in the county?
Yes.
Have you ever sat with all the leaders yourself?
Yes.
You know, the point is this. The governor cannot try to dictate things, that values that he never lives by. You see, if you find a person who is a lone ranger, he is moving on his own, he cannot be able to direct. He is the chairman of Council of Governors. Yes. He has been unable, let me just say, he has been unable to create a forum for URP governors and meet. Has he? So as a matter of fact, we have never, and as an elected leader, I want to say this very clearly, I have never felt that there was a situation that has occurred that we need a National Delegates Conference. But however, as a party, we have been meeting as MPs,
the National Governing Council.
We have meeting as senators and members of National Assembly. I've never felt the need.
He's a rightful member of the URP. That you
absolutely,
agree. He has a right, whether he's alone or with other people's support, to have grievances within the party.
Absolutely,
and
but he has never done.
No, but
you see,
why is it that we can't call the National Governing Council? Can't we meet the governors and senators? Can't we meet the members of parliament?
Let me ask him. The National Governing Council is called by two ways. One, by the chairman or the officials determining a particular meeting, or two, a member petitioning for it. He has never done that.
Okay, there's a specific thing he mentioned about the expulsion of the MCAs, talking about you may not have a problem with their conduct, but the structure with which...
Yeah, the structure, even... why did you appoint your partner to be the chairman of the disciplinary committee? Well, and you were there in the two meetings that appointed him. Don't you think that is a very ridiculous way of running a party?
First of all, I am not a member of URP-NEC. So
yes, but you attended those meetings.
The allegations there are preposterous. Two,
but you attended the meeting. Can you deny or confirm that you attended the meeting?
Let me complete.
He's asking a direct question.
No, I never attended the meeting. I never attended the meeting. I never attended a meeting that determined the chairman of the disciplinary action. I attended a different meeting, not that one. But two, saying, I want to say this, that...
which meeting did you attend, just for the record?
I attended a meeting of... what do you call a sectoral committee of NEC, which was
in which you called the MCS there.
Absolutely.
When you called them,
I met
the
MCS and so forth, but I never was with the other lawyer.
You appointed your partner as the chairman.
Let me put it, I cannot appoint because I have no power to appoint.
No, but
let me say this to say that I work with...
There's no truth in what he's saying.
And you know, is he your partner?
Can I complete?
Is your partner?
Can I complete what I'm saying?
No, but why don't you confirm?
That is what I'm trying to say.
Okay, just answer his question. That's all you need. Yeah.
Hilary Sigei is my partner in the SMS Advocates, that is Singwai Murkomen and Sigei Advocates. And I am so associated with so many intelligent lawyers that if any person wanted to have a problem, most of them, some of my teachers, some were my students, some were also my colleagues in campus. And therefore, if it is an association with another person can make them unqualified to hold an office, then it's impossible for any lawyer to serve in this country.
All right. Okay, we want to look at a clip here. That was on Sunday when the Deputy President was talking in Bomet. We have that ready? All right, played.
Hawa watu kwa kauli moja watatembea na sisi 100% Jubilee 2017. And for those who are in doubt, the writing is on the wall.
You have had problems with the Jubilee Alliance Party. You've been told there.
Jubilee Alliance Party?
Yes.
I'm a member of the Jubilee Coalition, not the Jubilee Alliance Party.
You've had a problem with it, right? You've talked about the Jubilee Alliance Party.
You see, the Jubilee Alliance Party, I have no idea how it was formed, why it was formed. There has never been any consultations in which I have attended. I think I have a right to attend any such consultative meetings. We did attend all the meetings that formed the Jubilee Coalition. Is it that after we formed the Jubilee Coalition, they no longer require those consultative processes? And if indeed they believe they can do it on their own and they can come and you can see the type of just stamping which I really felt was uncalled for in a church. That either
you're with us or
you are not. If that is the case, I would rather I'm not.
He's talked about it now. Let me just say, he's talked about it now and before. And do you think it is right for the Jubilee Alliance Party? Do you think there was, in fact I'm not talking to you individually, do you think there was enough consultation done the way it was supposed to be done to tell people about this party?
Can I say very clearly, Hussein, I am a member of URP. I have expressed my intention that in 2017, plus all the other members of URP and TNA, we will move and stand in Jubilee Alliance Party. The process of consultation is continuously ongoing. And let me put it clearly, when we were moving to URP, the last people to forget about UDM was Isaac and others, Sambili and others. Right. And I wanted to say this, that he has a right, and I want to be very clear. Yes. Governor Isaac Ruto has a right to go back to any party. He can go to ODM, he can go to whatever party that he has expressed several times that ODM is a very good party, he can move there. But the point we want to say is that those who will come to JAP, actually, as a matter of fact, all the leaders that will stand in JAP will be following the masses. The masses in Rift Valley have already made that determination. How can you be sure of that? I mean, how do you measure that the masses have already made a decision to join JAP? The writings are on the wall. That's right. Watch this space. You know, elections. So, elections is you know, if you are a person who consults with your people, if you are always all the time interacting with your people, you know, for as a matter of fact, what they wish. The people of Rift Valley have made a determination that they will vote for Uhuru Kenyatta 2017. Those people at the same time have also made a determination that the deputy president will be William Ruto. The deputy presidential candidate for them is William Ruto. And they have an intention of moving that party arrangement further than that to the 2022 elections. So they know what they are doing.
Where have you done that analysis, that consultation, that meeting, or you assume? Or is it that the votes we gave to Jubilee in 2013 is kept intact in some basket so that you can deliver them in 2017?
It's actually kept intact by the people.
By the in a basket?
No doubt.
So you have.
No doubt.
So sometimes I wonder, do you still want the votes or you already have them?
We have
because that is the way you are talking right now. And you see, this type of arrogance is what is very now setting about the posturing by yourselves.
I can tell you,
you can see how the chest standing is. Is that how to persuade people to get along with you?
Can I tell you something, say? It's more costly to persuade Isaac Ruto than to persuade the people. Okay. The people have already moved to JP. Why would I want a lot of time to persuade a person who has made up his mind that he doesn't want to support us?
Okay, I want to bring this to close. Can you be sure? Is there any measurement that has been done, or have you gauged to know if the people have gone to JP? And
Hussein, I used to be a political analyst on this table.
Yes.
And there are things I used to tell people, they never used to listen.
Okay.
And I told them that Jubilee was going to win the last election, they never listened. So I want to repeat the same message here, that as a matter of fact, if you've never heard from someone else, the Rift Valley people, the Kalenjin people, and there's no rift in the rift. The rift you are talking about, that there's a rift in Kalenjin, there's a rift where it's a rift of imagination. As a matter of fact, those people, the people of Rift Valley, have a clear vision to join hands together with the president and deputy to move to one political party and unite this republic.
Right, very briefly. The same question I posed to Kipchmba Murkomen. Now, how also can you be sure that the people, especially people of Bomet, are not willing to move to
Jubilee? When I'm talking about it, I'm not saying the people. I'm saying Isaac Ruto and maybe a few like-minded people are unwilling to get into an outfit with this type of dictatorial tendencies. I would rather we keep our options open. We stick with URP and we'll choose what to do. If they close shop in URP, we'll decide what next to do. But the point here is, I don't believe that people are in anybody's basket. During election time, the people are persuaded.
Okay.
The people, campaigns are done. People are persuaded. So you don't just assume the people.
You've just made this comment when we began that you don't really have a problem, and you never had a problem with President Uhuru Kenyatta. You've had a problem with the deputy president in terms of the leadership of URP.
Yes.
A question we're getting on Twitter now, and I think we're going to put it up shortly. Do you have a specific problem with Deputy President William Ruto? And you being, a seasoned politician, if there have been problems in URP, with both of you have been members of, have you tried to talk to the Deputy President about this?
Yes, we have tried. But you can see the posturing, the writing on the wall. He has repeated that on several people. What does that mean? Is that an invitation for further discussion? Is that even when we were talking reconciliation on that Sunday, that is the answer we got?
Okay.
Can I say this just briefly?
No,
that
Murkomen wasn't there.
Can I say briefly? I have gone for so many meetings in Bomet where the governor is ferrying people using tippers, and in all those meetings there was Sunday service.
I think that is
and it was a Sunday service in the same church. So Sunday only, and I want to say this for a matter of fact.
I think
it is so unfortunate.
You don't bring people in tippers.
Can I complete? It has been so unfortunate. You know, the governor was so shocked with the manner in which people are in support of the president and deputy president Jubilee, to the extent that he was even unable to rise from his seat.
Yeah, that's the picture I want us to put up on air. I don't know if we have it. This is a picture that has been doing rounds on social media and everyone. People have been talking about it. If we can have it now. Yeah, the circle there, if you can see, the president is on his feet, the deputy president and other dignitaries there and leadership. You, Governor Isaac Ruto, and Governor Kipchmba of Kericho County was seated. Some saying that is a sign of dissent, some saying that is a sign of disrespect.
I don't know about how that picture was taken. I've also seen a video of the entire exercise. I've seen a video of the entire exercise, and we was. You
don't remember such a thing happening?
And we were standing with Governor Kipchmba. I don't know
but this
exactly
picture is not lying,
how you did that picture.
How we did that picture?
Yeah, no, but whoever did that picture, I think should play it completely, so that we see. Is that at the stage where we had started sitting, or is that at the stage at which we are about to start, or at what stage is that picture?
But you know, I don't,
because
care.
there was never any discussion with
I don't
governor.
care whether the governor wanted to stand for the president or not, but I want him to remain truthful. He told another media house today that he did not block the president from addressing the crowd, so he didn't see the reason to stand. You know, you have to be an honest person. And I'm not saying that you must stand for the president, but you must be consistent. And the point here is that, and I just tell you from Mark 9:35, that Jesus said that whomsoever wants to be great must humble himself like a small child.
Of course you...
So you don't have, I mean, you may not respect the president, the deputy president, but I can tell you, Isaac, Ruto, you have a potential. You have a potential of going somewhere, but if you accepted that other people can lead you today, if you accepted that other people can lead you today, you could be able to go somewhere. And that's
Finally,
my philosophy.
Okay, that's my philosophy. We're winding up. If you can give me an answer in like 10
that
seconds.
That is the secondary school teacher, Murkomen. I mean, the Sunday school teacher. He was.
In 10 seconds, you're both leaders of, in Rift Valley, you're both leaders. At the end of the day, it's about the people, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you think he has a point when he's talking about their problems in Europe that need to be solved for the people of the Rift Valley? And do you think there's another way this can be handled instead of this, I mean, constant politicking?
Hussein, let me say this because I know our people are watching us. I am embarrassed as a leader of Kalenjin community, or from the Kalenjin community, that we behave all the time, those who are in leadership, like the only community that is in a political contest is ourselves. And I believe that if everybody humbled themselves and accepted that the deputy president is ahead of us, and the rest of us can be able to give him support, we'll be able to move somewhere. And as a philosophy of life, you know, you must be able to defer to those who have been blessed to be ahead of you, whether they are younger in age, whether they don't like their face. And so for me, as a community leader, yeah. And I represent 2 of the 10 communities of Kalenjin. I want to say this, that we must show some level of dignity by deferring to those who was elected by the people to go ahead of us.
Okay, very briefly.
Yeah, I think what is required is consultative leadership. Even during Moi's time, a lot of consultation used to go on, including there were so many meetings that required that consultation. For example, which is now lacking in this particular leadership. And when you wait for your leaders to arrive, they come and give you, they come and harangue you in the villages and say you are of no use in our own constituencies. I don't think this is the sort of leadership we are asking for. We've asked them, let there be a discussion in an appropriate manner. They have been asked by the churches, they've been asked by the Kalenjin elders, and the language we get is the same.
Okay.
But just a quick one he said. I mean, the governor was quoted today telling the president that this is not Central Province. That is really not respect. That is not respect.
Okay. We have to wind it up there. Yeah. Thank you so much, Governor Isaac Ruto and Elgeyo Marakwet Senator Kipchmba Murkomen. I'm sure your supporters are hoping there will be some sort of solution to this problem very soon. But thank you so much for making time for the big question. We're taking a short break. We'll be right back after the break.